here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of veteran county veteran service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment, facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veteran Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veteran Services.
Experience Buckeye Game Day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
Everybody knows that Roosters is a fun, casual joint with their award-winning waitstaff, great food, fun, and laughter. It's a quick stop on the way home to sit back and unwind. It's a front row seat to the big game. Roosters is where you, your family, and friends can order pizzas, sandwiches, salads, and more. And the home of award-winning wings that are fresh, never frozen, and so big you won't believe it. It's your family's other dinner table. Roosters, a fun, casual joint, and the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Health insurance companies are expected to carry health benefits, but CareSource does so much more. We look beyond doctors' offices and hospitals to see the challenges that face our members. Then we help them achieve not just better health, but better lives. Along with great benefits, we also help our members find stable jobs, housing, childcare, and rides so they can find greater independence. At CareSource, we're removing barriers. We're improving lives. We're reimagining healthcare.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium, presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. The Fan. Sports Center.
And I'm Nate Pooterball. This afternoon, the Reds squared up their series with the Braves down in Cincinnati 3-2. Will Benson blasted a home run in the seventh to help power the Reds to victory. They'll head off to Bristol Motor Speedway tomorrow to square off in front of over 80,000 people. The Guardians are in action tonight at home, beginning a series with the Twins. Kevin Williams of the Guardians squaring off with Joe Ryan. First pitch is at 7:10. And also in baseball news, MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred announced today Chicago is set to host the 2027 All-Star Game at Wrigley Field. Bubba's Crew SC are in action tonight at Lower.com Field. It's match play of the League's Cup as they take on Puebla. And in the NFL, Micah Parsons has requested a trade from the Dallas Cowboys. And Browns quarterback Kenny Pickett returned to practice today after missing 3 days with a hamstring injury. And Washington, D.C. has approved the deal to return the Commanders to the site of RFK Stadium. Breaking sports news when it happens on The Fan, Ohio Sports Destination.
4 out of 5 dentists recommend this show. The other dentist is a Michigan fan. Yuck. You're listening to the Buckeye Show.
It's true. The pulse will not kick off the 7 o'clock hour. But if your pulse is racing, it's because 10 TV's Adam King is here on the Buckeye Show with me, Austin Ward, and Jeremy Birmingham on my right. Yeah, I got you. I can hear you just fine.
You know,
was there some sort of issue?
It was.
I've never sat in the one chair until tonight.
We call it the on button.
Yeah. It was on, but it was the fader.
You got to push it up.
I had his fader all the way down. Is that what you call that?
I understand.
I call it a button, a lever.
It's a good call to just make sure that's down when the mic's in front of me. I just want to tell you guys about a little dream I had last night.
Okay.
I was reading The Art of War.
Really?
And
no way.
Yeah, and I've never read The Art of War, and I was quoting it.
What's your favorite quote from The Art of War?
He who smelt it dealt it.
That is great.
What is The Art of War about?
War, I believe.
I suspect it's about war.
In its most artful forms.
Most art form?
Yeah. What have you thought, Mr. King, about the first 2 days of training camp?
What have I thought? I've thought it looks very much like the first 2 days of training camp. I'm excited.
Also in the Art of War. I believe it's chapter 3.
Mm-hmm. I really enjoy the atmosphere around it with the fans. I feel like it's a lot different with the fans, and I like it. I think it brings, even if the players don't admit it, there is an extra edge when someone else is watching. There is, oh man, that guy's eyes could be on me, and so you work a little harder. Birm never works at training camp, but with fans there, he's all in. And so...
Little extra edge. People are watching.
And so anyway, I thoroughly enjoy having the fans there. I think it's a lot of fun, and I think it makes these guys treat it like it's a little deeper into fall camp. The quarterbacks...
Training camp.
Training camp. Fall camp. What?
Here's the deal.
When did we start calling it fall camp?
When it stopped being in fall.
When would it have been in fall?
In 1953.
Okay.
The Junction Boys.
I am a traditionalist. And if you want to come for my fall camp, we can go to war.
Well, good news for you. I've been reading The Art of War.
Artfully stated.
I will say...
You can't call it that. What's today's date?
August. Welcome to fall. It's beautiful
Welcome to fall.
Just saw a leaf fall outside.
It did actually feel like fall.
It did. It felt great today.
Training camp started in July. It is reckless to call it fall.
It is reckless for you to not read The Art of War and talk about it on radio like you know it. It's absolutely ridiculous.
It's a great point.
I will say, I very much enjoyed the feeling of fall camp today because it was a fall camp. I have a problem with people and their love of summer. We need to talk about it. Summer has a great PR department. I get it. That when you're a kid, it's summer break. It's the only time you have away from that school, and I get it. That's when you do everything. As an adult, it is hot, rainy, humid. It's not, you can't go outside. You're like, well, outside looks pretty. Then you walk outside and it's 8,000 degrees.
Yeah, but you exacerbate the problem by wearing a suit all the time when you don't have to.
You know what? I do have to, because there is a regimen and there is a decency to society. And have you seen
there was?
Have you seen The Great Gatsby? Okay.
I have read that.
Everybody.
For real or in your dreams?
I can't be sure.
Everybody in The Great Gatsby wears suits. Okay. That is
so you are living in 1953 football, and you're also
living in 1923.
Trying to literally live in 1923.
Love it,
Gatsby.
Love it.
I think you missed your calling though, because I believe you in the flapper era would have just been an absolute banger.
I would have had fun at Gatsby's parties. I could have been the dancing and the kicking and the you got to look good, feel good, play good. I would have achieved.
Which players do you think look the best and play the best and feel the best over these first 2 days?
Wow, he really went there.
He did. It was a good transition to get us back on.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid this going reckless.
Yeah, it was a little reckless already. I would say players that jumped out to me. I am still on the Riley Pettijohn train. I think he looks different, which is big. It's so funny how people talk about it in the offseason. They're like, that guy looks bigger. Then you get out there and you're like, okay, it matters. Like you see guys together and you're like, okay, that guy looks like he's ready to run over someone, and that guy looks like he needs a little bit more work. Ethan Onianawa. Did I nail that?
You did. I was calling him Onionwa on Thursday.
Yeah, that was wrong.
But it was wrong.
That's not accurate.
Yeah.
That is, onions have layers. That is not accurate. I will say he is a big man.
He's a mountain.
I mean, it is unbelievable. You hear about him, you see him walking, but then you see him out there on the football field and you're like, somebody has to go up against that guy. I mean, just in generalities, he's already better as an offensive lineman, not to mention his technique, not to mention all of that. He looks great.
Yesterday before practice, Adam, I was standing out there by the offensive lineman, and some of the fans that were down there like, can you show us, where's Ethan Onianawa? Where's the new guy? Where's the transfer from Rice? I said, you'll know him when you see him, because he hadn't been out there yet. And then
he's DeWandian.
He came around the corner, and they were like, that's him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
It's exactly. You know what the one thing that I wish training camp would do better is, yes, I want to see more of the running backs. And there is literally nothing you can do to allow us to see more of the running backs.
The only time you see them is when they're running laps around the outside of the field because they fumbled. And so you can get some
You
guesses.
don't really want to see him then.
You don't want to see him.
But that's not fair because that's like having a boss that only comes to you when things go wrong and never says, hey, things are going well.
Hey, your hair looks great today.
Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yours does too. I get so frustrated because I just want to see these guys. But then every time I'm like, wow, look at them running untouched. Oh, they're still running untouched. Oh, that was a great cutback to nothing. Like, it's so unfair to them. But how in the world does Carlos Laughlin go out there and say, all right, let's watch these reps and decide how many guys should get a carry? He doesn't. He can't. It's impossible.
You know, Carlos Laughlin has not been duped by Big Summer and their propaganda machine. He's out there wearing hoodies all year long. And I respect it.
Like a guy that's trying to get down for his middle school wrestling tournament, Carlos Laughlin, always in a sweatshirt. Unbelievable, really.
Yeah.
I am very, though, impressed with, and I guess I don't even know it's because you can't see it in camp, but I am getting on the CJ Donaldson train. I think the more
welcome.
Yes, it is, and we've talked about it. I just think that this man might be by the end of the season, like he might be the guy for Ohio State.
See, that's why I love fall camp or training camp.
You're going backwards.
Or any camp is that you just see what you want to see.
Yeah.
The first 2 days, the running back that's constantly popped to me is Bo Jackson.
But
Three weeks ago, I was telling everyone, okay, Bo Jackson's probably not really going to be like it's a James Peoples and CJ Donaldson conversation, and let's not put too much stock into Bo Jackson for this season. And then every time he's out there, to your point, like he's not getting touched, and when it needs to hit a hole, he hits it quick, and I think it's a darn good problem to have.
Yeah.
Last year you watch training camp and Travion Henderson's not getting touched. You're like, okay, well, this is just camp. And then he goes all season and doesn't get touched. So you're like, hey, maybe it translates. I don't know.
I do think Ohio State coaches are very good at saying what they mean, even whether it be on camera or off camera, and being intentional with what they say. And Carlos Laughlin has been very, very, very happy with Bo Jackson.
But he was also very, very adamant, Adam.
That's my name. My nickname as a child used to be Adam Ant.
Oh, neat.
Why did they make your nickname longer than your name?
That's a very good point. I actually also don't understand why it was Adam Ant. I think it was some old show, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's a comic book character, perhaps.
It's a musician.
It's a musician.
Yeah.
Thank you
Nate
very much. Great.
He's
great
keeping
job,
us in line. He's like, no. I got you guys. Don't worry about it.
It was Carlos Laughlin who back in February was reaching out to people, perhaps in this room, to say, stop ignoring CJ Donaldson. Like
that couldn't have been us.
Yeah.
I said perhaps.
Oh, okay.
Can I ask you a question?
Wait, it was us.
This is one I'm curious about. Just from you. This is let's deep dive into Adam Ant here. You're a sports reporter.
Yes.
You're a sports broadcaster.
Yes.
You're a newscaster.
Yes.
You're an athlete.
You're here. People see you and they like, wow, he's a pretty man. This is why he gets to talk on TV.
Here he is on the radio.
Do you think that people didn't assume or don't believe that you really genuinely love sports? Because I think one of the things I've really enjoyed about getting to know you in the last year plus is that I've often felt that TV's people were more interested in being on TV than actually covering things that they loved. And with you, it's very different. I know how much you love Ohio State football, and so I think it's actually refreshing to have.
That's the nicest.
I didn't know that's where we were going.
I mean, the plane was a little turbulence on the rundown, but it was a smooth landing.
I think people just be like, look how pretty he is. He's there for himself. But you actually love this
there are people that think the Anchorman side of things. Like, what's the guy in Anchorman?
His name's Ron Burgundy.
No. The sports guy, Champ Kind. Like, he's just a character. Rick is phenomenal. Whammy. Yeah. That he's just doing it because
and boom goes the dynamite.
Exactly.
Are you going to come up with a catchphrase for Talking Tuesday? Like, kablamo.
Kablamo. I think boom goes the dynamite's probably trademarked.
I guess I'm just saying, I didn't know that people like you really existed in television.
Well, thank you. That's the nicest thing I've ever heard.
Because everyone, if I'm just calling a spade, it seems like sometimes people on the telly are just fake.
Wow.
Jeez.
I'm all
heat.
radio all the time.
Heat. He's bringing the heat.
This is your first radio show.
All the time.
This is your first and last radio show.
You're a podcaster.
Sorry, TV folks.
I will say, I know what you mean, and there are people. I think the majority have a deep love. It's also the idea of getting back home. That was big for me. I mean, I loved what I covered in my last station, but being able to cover Ohio State.
What did you cover in your last station?
I covered the Cardinals. I covered the Blues Stanley Cup run. The Chiefs went to the AFC and Super Bowl. But it's nothing like being able. And also, I think I have a unique perspective because I grew up here. I know what it means to be a Buckeye, and I understand the prerequisites, and I understand and one thing that I have often said is I am done with the Michigan rivalry being made to this monster thing. And people say, oh my gosh, he doesn't get it. Yes, I do. I literally couldn't get it more. I think in this new world of college football, we've got to take a step back with that rivalry in order to get it back in the right mindset.
Kablamo, indeed, Adam King. Thanks for popping in. If you're welcome to stay as long as you want.
Well, no, you perfectly timed that out. I'm impressed as your first time hosting. Are you going to slowly slide the fader down, and that's how I'll?
Well, I don't want you to leave, but if you do, I will definitely slowly fade it down
so
as we get out of here.
It's the transplant.
Hey guys, did you know that it's a competition? And that doesn't necessarily mean controversy. It's time to get into the quarterback situation when we come back on the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
As a former pro athlete, confidence has always been key for me on and off the field. And that's why I chose CAP for my NeoGraft treatment. They've got a great reputation. After doing my research, I knew I could trust the team right here in town. The staff was professional, answered every question, and made the whole process smooth and stress-free. The results are natural. It fit my busy schedule, and I already feel more confident. CAPS made it easy, judgment-free, and honestly, one of the best decisions I've made. Visit CAPS today at experiencecaps.com.
Skyline is introducing a new chicken chili. Come get that world-famous Skyline flavor you love with a new protein option. Try the new Skyline chicken chili on Waze, Coney's, and all your Skyline favorites. At Columbus Skyline locations only while supplies last.
Experience Buckeye game day like never before. Welcome to the 1922 Club, the most exclusive space inside Ohio Stadium, where luxury meets tradition in the heart of Buckeye Nation. Enjoy upscale food and beverages and a game day atmosphere like no other. Create lasting memories with friends and mingling with other Buckeye fans, and celebrate every OHIO in ultimate comfort. Become a member of the 1922 Club today. Memberships are limited. Visit OhioStateBuckeyes.com.
There's one medical team in Central Ohio skilled enough to care for your favorite Ohio State team, and Buckeyes everywhere. The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center is your choice for the most highly specialized orthopedic and sports medicine care. Our surgeons, physicians, and physical therapists have access to the most advanced treatments and innovative recovery approaches to get you back in your game. Because on or off the field, our team is your team. The choice for your orthopedic care is clear.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
Hello, I'm Ross Bjork, Senior Vice President and Eugene Smith, Wolf Foundation Endowed Athletics Director at The Ohio State University. In partnership with AEP, Donato's, Kroger, The Ohio State University Wexner Medical Center, Huntington, and 10 TV, Ohio State Athletics strives to inspire the community to make a positive impact on children and families in our great state through the Buckeyes Care Initiative. Show and share your support in the community by using the hashtag BuckeyesCare.
This promo is for anyone who likes baseball or America or Terry Francona's scooter. The Reds are on the Fan. Catch all 162 games here on the Fan and 1460 ESPN Columbus and the Fan's HD2. Your home for Reds baseball, the Fan.
Things are popping at Al's Delicious Popcorn. With over 80 flavors to choose from, we have something for everyone. From classics like caramel cashew, white cheddar, and our famous vanilla butternut to new flavors like chicken and waffles and spicy barbecue. They are all made fresh and they are all delicious. Visit us online at alspopcorn.com or come see us and experience the best service in town at 1500 Bethel Road in Columbus. Al's Delicious Popcorn.
Experience the ultimate gridiron experience at the Ohio State Football Training Camp, presented by Safe Flight, Bob's Discount Furniture, and Weber, happening at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center July 31st through August 2nd. Don't miss your chance to get the first look at your Ohio State football team. Bring your friends and family and dive into the excitement with inflatables, giveaways, and more. Tickets are limited, so get yours today to ensure you don't miss out on the fun. Visit universe.com/OSU Training Camp 2025 to purchase your tickets today.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Sunny skies and mild temperatures, but a bit breezy on this Friday. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Overnight down to the mid to upper 50s with dry weather and still a bit breeze on your Saturday morning. During the day, plenty of sunshine, light winds, and fair skies back to around 80 in the afternoon. With your 10 weather impact forecast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jerry Martz on The Fan.
It's time for your daily dose of vitamin B. B stands for Buckeyes, just in case that wasn't clear. You're listening to The Buckeye Show.
Yes, you are, but there is no Brandon Beam in the studio tonight. It is Austin Ward and Jeremy Birmingham. You might know us as Austin and Birm. You get our daily podcast, The Beat, on 10 TV, 10 TV Plus, 97.1 The Fan YouTube channel, anywhere you want to download it. We were out there, did some snap judgments from training camp day number 2 at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center. And if you're thinking, well, it's been, an hour and a half since this Buckeye Show started on The Fan, and they have not talked about the quarterbacks, well, have no fear. We're going to dive into that right now. Lots to see out there. And, T-Bone and Tyvis were broadcasting live. You can catch up with their show if you missed it. Download the podcast, watch that on YouTube. You had Morning Juice, Bobby, out there breaking it down on his birthday. Happy birthday to the General. You had Bo, you had Bishop and friends out there, and everybody just wants to get a look, Birm, at the quarterbacks. And there's just been this notion, and we've seen it in, the YouTube chat here on the Buckeye Show over the last couple of months. Said, well, Austin, you can cool it. You're trying to, it's the off season. We get it. You want to have something to talk about. You can't force this to be a competition. Julian Sayin is going to be the guy. And there's a very good chance that Julian Sayin does become the guy. I'm not suggesting that it has to be a coin flip. I'm just saying that the competition is real. And I think the first 2 days provide a pretty good example of that.
Yeah, but it's also, again, we can go back to what we talked about an hour ago with the Iron Buckeyes. That validates it. Lincoln Kienholz's inclusion in that is a validation of that. The way that Brian Hartline on Friday talked about Lincoln Kienholz and being again, these things maybe on their own don't feel like they'd be that important individually. But then you add them all together. You add what Bryson Rogers told me today at camp or after camp, that, hey, the thing that makes Lincoln special for them is that when they're in the huddle, there's a different type of confidence. There's a different type of swagger. And I know that in the game of football, that doesn't get you wins.
Yeah.
Okay. Being a great passer in college football, when you have the best receiving core in the sport, that gets you wins. And we believe firmly that at his best, Julian Sayin is maybe a step or two ahead of where Lincoln Kienholz would be at his best in that exact perfect scenario. But this conversation about Lincoln Kienholz and Julian Sayin in a competition is not for fun. Ryan Day is not going to have Lincoln.
I don't find it fun.
No, and I don't think that people understand that if Ryan Day, by allowing Lincoln Kienholz to be Dude of the Week and Iron Buckeye and all these other things and publicizing this, it is not something that he's doing begrudgingly. Like, he wants people to realize, hey, this is a real deal guy who gets it, and the guys on the team love him, and it's pretty obvious to me that it's real competition, and I think that's great. Like, I don't like covering it all the time because people get mad or think that we're trying to be clickbaity or trying to drive a narrative, but the simple reality is, like, it's good for Ohio State to have multiple good quarterbacks. Like, ESPN on Thursday decided to put up a graphic showing the Ohio State quarterback competition was between Julian Sayin and Tavian St. Clair. And
crazy.
Which, that's just a lazy producer who's not really paying attention to what's going on and just sees the rankings or whatever. But, in Ann Arbor, Bryce Underwood, who was a 5-star number 1 player in the country, same pedigree as Tavian St. Clair was, like Bryce Underwood has to be their starting quarterback this year. Ohio State is in a luxury position because the way they've recruited it for so long that you can have a real competition between Julian Sayin and Tavian St. Clair is not even included. And that's a really great thing, and it should give people confidence in where Lincoln Kienholz is instead of trying to find reasons to think that the conversation about him is manufactured.
The part that you mentioned there, Birm, about clickbait or engagement or embracing debate just for the sake of it, having something to talk about, I don't feel any incentive. I'm definitely not rewarded for doing so.
Yeah, there's not really any reward for that anymore.
And I've tried to make this point as often as I can, that I didn't do the best job covering the quarterback battle 2 years ago. I wasn't paying attention to what Ryan Day was saying and taking it as seriously because I thought, well, Kyle McCord has the more experience here. He's got the better arm. He's ultimately going to win this job. And it was like, no, Ryan Day saying it's going back and forth, and we're going to play them both against Indiana. And it's like, nah, it's still going to be Kyle McCord in the end. And it was, but that doesn't excuse the fact that along the way there were a lot of other, at that time, I guess we can, in hindsight, say they were warning signs or concerns. The fact that those two were going back and forth and neither one grabbed the job, it led to a lot of angst and, I don't know, dissension and splits between the fan base and what they expected and what the reality was for Ohio State's quarterback job this year. I don't want to make that same mistake, and I'm not trying to be overly cautious. I'm still in this spot right now saying that I think Julian Sayin's upside and his potential and his ceiling is higher than Lincoln Kienholz. But if we're ignoring that on August 1st and after 2 practices, again, there's a long way to go, that perhaps the floor currently is higher with Lincoln Kienholz, at least based on what we've seen now in 5 spring practices, 4 open spring practices, 1 spring game, and then the first 2 days, not in pads, not full go, not full contact, 7 days. I think 5 out of the 7, you'd say that Lincoln Kienholz had the better of Julian Sayin. Now, that doesn't paint the entire picture, and we're also not Ryan Day, Brian Hartline, or Billy Fessler.
Yeah,
so,
but the picture that doesn't get painted is who they're throwing to, who's blocking for them, what they're being expected. I think the point you just brought up about expectation versus reality is interesting because I don't know which is which sometimes. Like, the expectation is that Julian Sayin will win the job. The reality is that he may very well win the job, but the reality is also that this is a real competition, the same way it was in 2023 when we heard a lot of very similar conversation about Devin Brown that we're now hearing about Lincoln Kienholz. Similar nuance to like why the guys on the team maybe are like, hey, we're good if this is our guy. And that was really the takeaway for me on Friday, was not that there's a preference, because I don't think that there is. It is a confidence, no matter who the quarterback is, that if it's Lincoln Kienholz or if it's Julian Sayin, the Buckeyes are going to be good. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to be good every day. Doesn't mean they're going to be good every snap. It doesn't mean that Julian Sayin isn't going to make mistakes. It doesn't mean Lincoln Kienholz isn't going to look out of place at times because he's only really devoted 1 full year or 1.5 years to playing quarterback full time. So like these moments are going to happen. There's going to be that roller coaster no matter what. The question is, who puts your team in the best position to win? And I think if Ryan Day had a true sense of that right now, he would say it, because there's no value. He gains nothing.
Well, that's the same way that there's not incentive for us to create a controversy or a narrative of competition that's not true. If Ryan Day was like, oh, I've let this get out of control and people can force this in a direction I don't want it to go. That's not realistic, because he is one of the best quarterback developers and evaluators in college football. And he's also a reigning national champion, defending, attacking national champion.
Whatever.
He's not going to let his decision get dictated by outside perception. Certainly not by people who have seen 7 or 8 practices, 8 counting tomorrow, which I'm just in my mind. I've already seen it, but he knows what he wants. And if it gets to a point where he can't manage it, or it's a point where the conversation is out of control, or one of these guys actually takes control of the job, then he'll settle it. But he's not going to do it before he's good and ready. And if he's not, I think you have to take him at face value.
Yeah, and I get it. There's a lot of coach speak, a lot of people who want to assume that coaches are constantly angling. There's no value here for Ryan Day to, it's August. Lincoln Kienholz, if Julian Sain was named a starting quarterback tomorrow, Lincoln Kienholz can't really go anywhere. Okay, so you'd be better off immediately getting to the point where you have a starter and establish roles and building towards Texas if you could, but
Right.
you just can't yet.
Yeah, and you're preparing for Texas. If you could pick one guy to be your starter and put the wheels in motion and get the rest of the team buy-in and put a game plan in place, that's what you would do.
I would think so.
Yeah, that would seemingly make a lot of sense because you are already now into training camp. You are into August, and training camps are going on across the country. We're going to get caught up with that finally in the Pulse right after this in 2 minutes.
Got one of those days that never stops? Try a stop at Speedway. Refresh your fuel tank, refresh your U-tank with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks. And refresh the vibe for any drive. Refresh at Speedway with 69-cent large Big Gulp drinks with speedy rewards, and try exclusive Mountain Dew Infinite Swirl flavor for a limited time only. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 8/26/25. See app for full terms.
At Kroger, you never compromise. You get high quality and low prices. Like you never compromise your meal with our spring salad mix that's guaranteed fresh. And you never compromise your budget with lower prices on over 1,000 items. Hand it to Kroger shoppers. You never compromise. Kroger. Fresh for everyone.
Right now, our full line of Tyson Fresh Chicken is on sale. Select varieties are buy one, get one free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Come on over to Heartland and join our family.
Now, community banking is the lifeblood of the American financial system, building strong, lasting relationships. We're just better able to help guide you down life's road. Flexibility is paramount to success. Community banking is alive and well in the Heartland. I'm Scott McComb. Come on over to Heartland, where banking really feels good.
Where banking feels good.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Go behind the scenes of one of the most recognizable landmarks in all of college athletics with a tour of Ohio Stadium presented by Experience Columbus. A seasoned redcoat will be your guide as you make your way through walls of the stadium, into the press box, and onto the field. Upgrade to the VIP package and get special access to the band center and the Ohio State home locker room. From corporate outings and school groups to single-person tours and small families, Ohio Stadium tours offer a variety of options and pricing. For more information, visit ohiostatebuckeyes.com and book your tour. Ohio Stadium Tours, presented by Experience Columbus.
The Buckeye Show is sponsored by CareSource, proud to be your home for Ohio State athletics. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
It's time for the College Football Pulse on the Buckeye Show.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
If you're thinking, that's the Pulse on the Buckeye Show, it must be 7 o'clock. Well, you're wrong. Because it's Austin Ward in the one chair for the first time, and Adam King popped in, so we just rearranged the whole schedule. So Nate Dogg has been patiently waiting. He's got the finest in college football stories. What do you got for us, Nate?
I do. ESPN and their all-state playoff predictor have identified 32 teams with a chance to make the playoffs this year.
I can't believe that they've got a sponsor on their playoff
They
predictor.
do, in fact, have a sponsor on it. Their top 5, Penn State. Number 4, Bama. Number 3, the Buckeyes. Number 2, Georgia, and number 1, Texas. And of course, since you're all curious, number 32 was Texas Tech, who should not be on that list and is too high.
Sounds like Texas Tech. I was reading this. You sent the story, Nate. I was like, okay, first of all, why is this sponsored by Allstate in the playoff predictor? I don't know. Yeah, get your money, I guess. It's a good thing you can do. There are 32 teams with a chance to make the playoff.
At least a 10%
chance. I was like, how are we figuring that is the number? And then they're just breaking it down even further. Like, Tennessee is there at number 10 with a 2.3% chance of winning the national championship. Hey, what are we doing? Isn't Tennessee going to be eliminated in the middle of October this year? They lose Nico after spring. They got to play Georgia and Alabama by the middle of October. And I'm thinking, well, that's got to be it for Tennessee. I don't know. Texas Tech, I'm not even remotely considering them, Nate, as a playoff contender.
They had one of the most productive off seasons in the country of anybody on the transfer portal. They spent a lot of money.
Oh, no.
They spent a
Texas
lot
Tech
of
got
money.
to you.
They spent a lot of money. I'm a big fan of people who have billions of dollars to spend on their favorite football team. And I think Ohio State should be begging for billionaires to spend their money on the football team, too, because then you get put into conversations you don't belong in, like Texas Tech in the playoff.
All right, so Heather Dinich breaks this down with Ohio State. Agree or disagree with the ESPN analytics? They say 70.6% chance for Ohio State to make the playoff, 10.8% to win the national title. She says she somewhat agrees with that. The defending national champs are, again, a playoff caliber team. But before handing them a first-round bye, consider how difficult Ohio State's schedule is. That's actually a great point because I think it is more than just the big three. She says the toughest test is against Penn State. I would actually agree with Heather Dinich again there. What the committee would like in November to remember with some big games. And then this is the part where I kind of got derailed a little bit. What the committee won't like, a second loss to an unranked opponent. What? I don't follow. So it's an interesting read with these 32 teams. If you want to get
I just don't buy that. I don't think you can, on one hand, say that one thing you have to remember is how tough the schedule is, and then lament a potential loss at Wisconsin or Washington, which you acknowledge are much different than your average non-ranked loss. Because I get it. Wisconsin's going to be a rough year in Madison, but you got to go to Washington and play a tough game, first game on the road. I mean, it's a weird place to go.
And Wisconsin is the perfect trap game this year.
Yeah, especially after that, as physical as that Illinois game's going to be.
And then Penn State right after it.
Yeah. Like there's, I don't know. I think you get over that if you beat Texas. Let's hypothesize, right? If Ohio State beats Texas and beats Penn State and beats Michigan and loses at Illinois and at Wisconsin, are they not going to make the playoff?
That would be a playoff team.
Right. So let's not. You could lose to two potentially unranked teams and you're still going to make the playoff. It's the third loss that matters, as we saw last year with Alabama.
I just love this notion. What the committee might not like. It's August 1st.
I don't know.
The committee doesn't have anything to do with this right now.
They have Miami at number 8 on this list. That's.
Here's what the committee won't like. Carson Beck.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what it says.
Nate Togg, what else you got?
Their toughest test is at SMU.
Speaking of odds, our friends at CBS Sports put together the best teams to bet the over and the unders on over the last 3 years. If you want to bet some overs, your picks, USC, Indiana, New Mexico, and BYU, they beat it by 66.7%. And if you want the unders, go with Colorado, Ole Miss, Kentucky, or Miami of Ohio.
I double-checked this list, Nate, because I'm like, there's no way this can be right. I know for certain I've made so much money betting on Iowa to go under. Like, it says here
they even say that. It's like they always go under, but they're under.
It says 59.5%. I was like, what? That's not right. I think they're under on like 1,000,000% of the time.
I don't gamble.
Oh, you don't?
No. I bet you didn't know that.
But when the over list started with USC, I was like, yeah, that sounds about right. Alex Grinch was there for a while coaching that defense.
And Indiana was going over by themselves in 90% of their games because they were playing high school teams.
Because they didn't play anybody. I know how close the season is when stories like this are popping up, and I'm like, yeah, I got to start prepping. Now we got to be ready. It's that time.
I'm sure Scotty Vegas has broken down that list.
I think Scotty Vegas has been deep in this list since April. I mean, I don't blame him. The man's prepared. He knows he's got to get gambling. All right, I think we got time for one more, Nate.
All right, one final one. Phil Steele has his top 12 most improved teams for the year. Number 5, the North Texas Mean Green. Number 4, Oregon State. Number 3, Oklahoma. Number 2, Utah. And number 1, Florida State. Because how could they not be better than last year? Who was too high on this list?
Isn't it possible that they're not better? I mean,
I don't know 2 games a year ago. If you win 6 games this year, you had a 300% improvement.
If you win 3 games this year, you've improved.
That's by a lot, by 50%. Like, that's a pretty good improvement.
They're a disaster. I can't get into this idea either, Birm. I don't know where you're at. Like, Oklahoma keeps popping up, whether that's Phil Steele or dark horse playoff contenders.
I'm actually, as a non-betting man, I'm extremely close to not betting on John Mateer to win Heisman.
Oh, you're not going to do it?
I believe
bold.
I'm actually a believer that Oklahoma is going to be a significantly improved team. So I again, they were 6-7 last year. I don't know how we're measuring this other than just record. The SEC is tough. They maybe only finished with 8 wins this year. But they're going to be a much better team. They were a bad football team a year ago. Bad.
This notion that Brent Venables has somehow figured out what to do to turn around the Sooners, I don't know where it's coming from.
And I just don't know why you include North Texas on a list. Like, no one cares what they do.
Everyone cares.
I don't know if it's that he can turn it around huge, but it's like, how can Oklahoma be worse than 6-7 is the idea. But it's Oklahoma.
Then it's like, well, why don't you just name the story like powerhouse programs that were terrible last year?
Right, Florida State
they can't stay that way forever.
Florida State was like historically bad last year. So I don't know how they could possibly be worse.
I don't know. Who would you think is an actual surprise team? If you had to pick one.
I think Minnesota is going to be a really good team this year, and that's another one Ohio State has to play. I think UCLA is going to be much improved. I generally stay in Big Ten country because that's where I live, but those two are going to be – I think Michigan State's going to be an improved team with Aiden Childs. Like, that's one in the league I would look for to be a much improved team with Aiden Childs being in the second year of being a starting quarterback there.
Nate Dogg, who are you riding with?
I think Virginia Tech might be better than people are looking at.
Okay.
I think this is the best team that their coach has had in a while.
They need it.
They definitely need it, or he's gone.
They'll have another coach, yeah.
It's been wild to watch the Hokies kind of fall off there. It was so fun for a lot of years. You had Inner Sandman and that place rocking. It's like, no, they're just Beamer ball's gone. They're not winning games anymore. We don't have to pay any attention to that.
That was one of my favorite, sneaky favorite road trips we've ever had to make on this covering Ohio State.
And your favorite one this year is going to be Washington, correct?
That's right. Can't wait. Very excited for that.
All right. You've got Washington bouncing it back.
Yeah. They were pretty good last year. They were competitive at least. They lost some games, like terrible field goal kicking, stuff like that. So you just need a break or two. And that's the thing with a team like Oklahoma. If you have a guy like John Mateer who can make some plays, then it becomes a much different conversation than what you had a year ago with their quarterback situation, bouncing around from guy to guy. This is not going to be that year. This is another coach that, Brent Venables' reputation is obviously pretty great, but all your eggs are in this basket. So you got to pull out all the stops this year.
I just wonder who's going to replace Brent Venables at Oklahoma after this year.
It's a great question. Maybe Mike Norvell.
No, you think?
Maybe they'll
just swap coaches?
Yeah. Coach swap.
I'm not sure that's how this works.
Why not?
I don't know. Why would it?
I don't make the rules. The CSC makes the rules these days.
All right. Great job with the Buckeye or the Pulse there, Nate Dogg.
The Buckeye Pulse.
The Buckeye Pulse. Yeah. Sorry again that it wasn't where it was supposed to be. But, I'm just trying to figure this out. I can't believe, Birm, that they have let us take our show from the podcast realm and the YouTube world out here to live radio.
I think it's been funner than I anticipated.
Funner?
More fun.
Okay.
Funner.
Yeah.
Yankee swap. I'm glad that it's an opportunity to keep talking about Ohio State football. We certainly love to do it. And the nice thing about this sort of environment is that people who think that we are putting on our show, understand that this is just the way we communicate all the time.
What do you mean?
Like sound bites. Weird? Things that you're like, why is he saying that?
Like when you just said Yankee swap 30 seconds ago?
Just don't say that, but then you do, and you can't help it.
Yeah.
It's just what happens. It's verbal diarrhea.
It's a strange dynamic because, if you think about, back when Bobby and Beam were working together, Morning Juice, you had 3 hours together every single morning. You had T-Bone and Tyvis doing that now. They spend hours together talking about everything in sports, Ohio State, national, whatever. And then you have all the breaks to get to know each other. Well, then they finish the show and they leave.
Yeah.
When you and I do this show, well, we're going to get in the same car and we're going to go back to my house because you're living in it for these first 3 days of training camp.
Yep.
So then it becomes, where is the actual separation between the way we talk on the show that the world sees and the fact that it's probably the exact same way that we talk maybe when we have a couple Coors Lights when the mountains are blue from our show sponsor a little bit later on.
Or when we're then on a message board at Letterman Row or writing stories at Letterman Row together. Or it's pretty annoying, not going to lie. But I think it's more annoying for your wife, who last night is trying to figure out how we were having a conversation without speaking while watching a show. She's like, Austin, he asked you a question, and I'm like, well, he answered it.
I already answered it for him.
He's like, no, he didn't. He did. When? He did this. He did what? He moved his head a little. I understood the question. I understood the response.
Yeah, he asked.
Were there some grunts involved? Perhaps
No, it's just a subtle nod. Once you learn the subtleties of people, it's easy to pick them up.
She was trying to figure out what time we were going to leave to go cover training camp this morning, and Birm had floated out a couple of different numbers, and I basically just, moved my head a certain direction, and he was good. But she wanted to know, well, when is it actually going to be? Why didn't you say that time out loud so that I can plan, for Liberty to do something tomorrow morning or be entertained? And I'm like, I told you. I don't know why you weren't paying close enough attention.
I heard the answer.
Apparently, I communicate better with Birm than I do my own wife.
We spend more time together than we do with our wives. That's pretty clear.
We absolutely do, partner. And we only have one more segment of radio to do before this week ends on the Buckeye Show on the Fans. We've got hashtag Buckeyes are coming at you next. It is the Buckeye Show right here on the Fan.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate. The Fan.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle in Market District. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting lower prices. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle. Experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle today to see how easy it is to save.
Irish Adventure awaits at the Dublin Irish Festival August 1st through 3rd in Dublin, Ohio. Voted 2025 USA Today Best Cultural Festival in the nation. This year promises 3 incredible days of Irish music, dance, food, and fun. Enjoy unique Irish experiences as you explore one of the top festivals in the U.S., drawing over 90,000 guests to Dublin, Ohio each year. Get your tickets at dublinirishfestival.org.
Do your good-looking shoes hurt and you don't want to wear ugly shoes? At the Good Feet store, we can help you wear your heels, boots, and dress shoes again in comfort. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
It's game day at Raising Cane's. If you want to order like a Buckeye, it's the action off the field you need to focus on. The only play you're running is chicken. So what combo are you picking? Make it a perfect season. We've got tailgates of hand-battered, cooked-to-order chicken fingers and cane sauce. And jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade. All available to order online or on our app. This season is about to be unbeatable. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. One love. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
At Kroger, an annual Boost membership is better than ever. Save up to $1,100 each year on gas, groceries, delivery fees, and streaming options. With double fuel points, unlimited free delivery, and exclusive savings for members, there's so much to love about Boost. Sign up for a Boost membership today. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Restrictions apply. See site for details.
Experience the ultimate gridiron experience at the Ohio State Football Training Camp, presented by Safe Flight, Bob's Discount Furniture, and Weber, happening at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center July 31st through August 2nd. Don't miss your chance to get the first look at your Ohio State football team. Bring your friends and family and dive into the excitement with inflatables, giveaways, and more. Tickets are limited, so get yours today to ensure you don't miss out on the fun. Visit universe.com/OSU Training Camp 2025 to purchase your tickets today.
It's Kubota Orange Days. From America's #1 selling compact tractor to zero-turn mowers and versatile RTVs, get your perfect match delivered to your door. Now through June 30th, get 0 down, 0% APR for 84 months or up to $3,500 off BX23S tractors. See the details at KubotaOrangeDays.com.
Visit BuckeyeKubotaDealers.com to find a dealer near you.
Attack and dominate. Morning Juice is on YouTube and 10 TV Plus.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Join Bobby Carpenter and Tito weekdays starting at 6 or watch on demand. More Bobby, less commercials. The Fan.
Jerry, I've made a decision.
Aaron, are you giving away free services again?
Well, yeah. How did you know?
I haven't been able to quit thinking about your AC piggy bank.
Get Eco.
ECO. We work to extend the life of their old air conditioner and then give back all the money we were paid to do it.
Up to $1,500.
When they need to buy a new system.
Jerry, I'm getting ready to do something like that again.
Get Eco.
ECO.
When we replace a water heater, I'm instructing all the Eco plumbers to give our customers up to $500 in free repairs before they leave the house.
$500 in free services that same day?
There's lots and lots and lots of things our plumbers can do for $500 or less.
And Eco is going to do these things for free when people buy a water heater?
Yeah, whatever they want for free.
That same day?
Same day.
Get Eco.
ECO. Give it away, plumbers, genius electricians, and gonna make you cool again, HVAC technicians.
Go to geteco.com.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Social media can be a cesspool. Allow us to navigate the waters. #Buckeyes.
Sponsored by the Waterworks. Call the plumbing, heating, and cooling technicians at the Waterworks and header today. Call 614-232-2222. Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Wrapping it up with #Buckeyes on the Buckeye Show this Friday night. Hope you all have a fantastic weekend coming up. Birm and I are going to kick it off Saturday morning with training camp practice number 3. But if you fired up the old X app, you went to this tiny little account called Ohio State FB. Now, the content itself, I think, is very entertaining. The latest one is Cold Talks. Who would our guys not want to room with for camp? You get some amusing answers, but to me, Birm, it was not the answers. It was the person asking the question that is significant, because Edric Houston is one of the most dynamic, outgoing, entertaining personalities on this Ohio State roster. He should be hosting everything.
Yeah.
But the fact that one day after the injury to the knee,
devastating,
he's walking around, he's at practice, he's got the knee brace on, and he's moving pretty well while asking teammates questions. I think that was a pretty good sign, even after just knowing that he was alive and well.
Yeah, I think for people to just be confident that, hey, he's here. He's not. It's not like he's disappeared from the program. They didn't pull him off the field and put him in the training room all day. He's not at training table. He's not indoors working on the bikes or doing it. Like it's just a good sign. And then you let him be himself, because you can't have successful teams without people like Edric Houston, and he's awesome to talk to, and obviously even pretty great in a hosting role, because that video is worthwhile.
Yeah, he did that. It was before the national championship. They had him walking around asking questions about the state of Georgia and like trivia questions. He is a natural on the mic. Yeah. We've got to get him on the Buckeye Show. We've got to get him on the beat. We've got to do a podcast with Edric Houston. I mean, the man is he's got it all.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Good. I'm glad you agree. Going to be back out Saturday morning. There are still tickets available. Last day that you can go watch practice, last day that we can watch practice.
It's a good day. You get autographs, you get to watch things. I mean, the guys are very personable. They spend time with the kids. If you got young kids in the house that are big Buckeyes fans, you don't get many opportunities like this to be that close to the guys and to get the autograph opportunities, photo opportunities. So, it's obviously up to you and your person, but if you got young kids especially, that's a great thing to do.
Watching Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs specifically, going along sort of the fence line, leaving the practice field, a bunch of Buckeyes, coaching staff, players signing autographs, but kids making signs for JJ, chanting for Caleb. It's like these two guys are the Beatles. I mean, they are as famous as you can possibly get in college football. And if you're there to go watch them practice, it's a unique opportunity. Aside from just like, I think Caleb thought it was really cool just watching his expression as the kids were chanting his name and wanting him to come over and sign autographs and just give a little bit of time. That's one thing. The way he practices, you mentioned earlier, he broke up one pass behind the line of scrimmage. He broke up another in coverage. He made these plays. I don't remember which PBU it was today, but he celebrated it running down like 20 yards down the field like he had won the Super Bowl. He has no business needing to take it like a rep in training camp that he wins and taking it to that level. But it shows you the level of competitor that he is. And the opportunity to see that on the practice field and not just in the horseshoe on Saturdays is unique, rare. I appreciated that glimpse because that should be routine for him.
Yeah.
And you can imagine how he could get complacent about it. but he's absolutely not.
Yeah, he's done that like every practice his whole life. But it does put some light on what Adam the King said earlier. Like when you have the fans there, it gives you a little more juice. It gives you a little more reason to get amped up when you make a play. And you're doing that. And he made that breakup right in front of the fans on the sideline. And so you get that instant feedback, and that's got to be pretty awesome. If Jeremiah Smith is John Lennon and Caleb Downs is Paul McCartney, who is George Harrison and Ringo Starr on this year's Ohio State Buckeyes?
Well, I think George would probably have to be Sonny Styles.
Okay.
A little bit more soft-spoken, but you can't put it together
without him.
If you don't have him, supplying, and some just ridiculous.
Some bangers.
Guitar licks.
Yeah.
Dropping in occasionally with some of the vocals.
Yeah.
Underappreciated in his time. I don't know if Sonny Styles isn't appreciated enough, but he's not at that same level of superstardom as those two. So I'll take George. Now you have to find the Ringo.
Ah, damn it. I don't know anything about Ringo Starr.
He plays the drums.
Okay. Who plays the drums on this Ohio State?
He's funny.
Mickey Marotti.
Who's funny on the team?
Who's funny? I mean, Edric Houston's funny. We know that, but that seems like a cheat answer at this point. Jermaine Matthews? Or is he too valuable?
Ooh, I think that might be a good one.
Because Jermaine he's the guy that keeps everyone off balance.
Is Ringo a big trash talker? I don't recall.
Bruv, mate.
I think he
Dude,
probably
mate.
is. What are you going to look for tomorrow?
I want to see a leveling off of the play with Julian Sand. Look, again, just like everyone else, we assume Julian Sand is going to end up winning this job. So at some point, that consistency is going to be really important. The pads get on tomorrow. There's going to be a little bit more of a live atmosphere going. What we saw out of Julian in the spring was when the lights came on and it's the spring game, all of a sudden he looked like a much different guy. So I'm interested to see if today's elevation takes him to another level tomorrow. And beyond that, I want to continue to watch closely with the defensive tackles because the rotation there is what's important. We just don't know who's going to fill in while Edric Houston is resting.
Yeah, if you can still grab tickets for Saturday, which I believe you can, Ross Bjork indicated that was the case earlier on Friday, you get a real bonus. Yeah. I did not know that the pads were going to be on for day 3. We were walking off the practice field around noon today to go film Snap Judgments for 10 TV Plus, 97.1 The Fan YouTube channel. And I was talking to Carson Hensman. It's like, guys, probably ready to start putting the pads on, like get down to some real work. And he's like, yeah, we're going to do it tomorrow. It's like, what? Why didn't nobody tell us that?
I mean,
I'd be way more excited for Saturday.
Is this a spoiler alert? Are we ruining things for people?
I don't know. Were we supposed to keep it secret?
They didn't say that.
I think they probably want us to let them know. Hey, if you want to see better football than the first 2 days, hey, those people got good deals. They got autographs. Yeah. They got to hang out. There's a bunch of sponsors out there that are working.
You get
with
the
Ohio
real
State.
Smell of football tomorrow.
Oh, it's going to be sweaty.
The stinky,
grimy,
nasty, sweaty shoulder pad smell.
I can't wait. I love training camp. Yeah. I wish we got to see every single day.
Have we ever just tried to ask?
I don't think we would get it.
Oh, well, you never know.
Because they play Texas in the opener, and then some of the paranoia will creep back in. And I understand it. Maybe that's too strong of a word. Although coaches, I think, would admit to being paranoid about their programs.
Yeah, and they should be. It's a big business, a lot of livelihood there, and it's so hard to keep anything private these days. And when you open the doors to the media, or what I think a lot of people don't understand is that most of the things that ever get leaked out of a program or a franchise in the NFL come from family, not from media. Yeah. But whatever. I'm really grateful Ohio State opens this up for us to be able to do this. I mean, by allowing the fans in, they kind of are compelled to let us in as well.
Yeah.
But
yeah, let the fans in all month too. I have no problem with that.
Yeah, that's what the NFL does. I mean, and we are moving more and more towards that model. I mean, it was Matt Patricia, I think, on Friday, who said, "Well, the last couple of weeks of OTAs, like we've been doing we've been getting some extra work in at OTAs, and so we're pretty ready." Like, these aren't OTAs yet, so
yeah, maybe cool it with the cool it there.
But we are going in that direction. That's where we're headed. So the more opportunities that. And that's what Ross Bjork talked about with us last week.
Yep.
You want to connect with the state. This is the way to do it.
Yeah, can't wait to go do that. Connect with, if you see us out there and want to say hello, we'd love to talk to you. If you've been watching The Beat, if you've been listening to us on the Buckeye Show tonight, we'd love to say hi. Thanks to Nate Dogg for running it behind the glass tonight. It's been a new experience, And a good one. Hopefully we get to do it again. He's Birm. I'm Austin Ward. This has been the Buckeye Show on the Fan.
An encyclopedic knowledge of sports and other random things you may or may not care about.
I think I found my mentor.
Rockman and Ice.
Weekdays from noon to 3.
The Fan.
This radio commercial was made to convince you to stop speeding. We can't use law enforcement siren sound effects on the radio, so we'll use other equally jarring sound effects to get your attention. Like telling you if you get a speeding ticket, it doesn't end there. You have to pay expensive fines. You can't go to your friend's wedding because that also costs money. And your insurance rates could increase. See? We didn't have to use law enforcement sirens after all. Getting a speeding ticket has consequences. Sooner or later, speeding catches up with you. Brought to you by NHTSA.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Attention Columbus. Town Properties just clinched the title of the largest residential property manager in Columbus, thanks to the Columbus Business Journal. With pride, we oversee 25,000 plus households in the Columbus metro area, ensuring fantastic places to call home. Whether you're on the hunt for an exceptional living space, a top-notch association management company, or a property manager for your multifamily portfolio, visit our website at town.properties.com and let us elevate your living experience. Town Properties, always managing great places to live.
Hi, I'm Archie Griffin, two-time Heisman Trophy winner. The right coverage can be a game changer, both on and off the field. That's why Encova Insurance is prepared for what's next and protects what matters most to you. With independent insurance agents in your neighborhood and innovative insurance products that can be tailored to fit your unique needs, Encova Insurance is an easy win for your peace of mind. For auto, home, and business insurance, you want Encova on your team. Visit Encova.com today to find an agent near you.
They're trained. They're prepared.
Let's do it.
They're Ohio's undefeated plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling team. And they're here to tackle your problems. For plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling, there's only one team. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call the Waterworks at 614-232-2222 or visit them online at thewaterworks.com.